Hey guys, Will here, and about a week ago I took a look at the Nokia 9 and I was seriously impressed, especially with the camera, and that got me thinking, what if this phone camera is better than my actual, physical DSLR? Well, let's find out. Quickly, if you're new here, I am trying to hit 10k by April the 1st, so every single subscription is massively appreciated. Enough with that. Onto the video. So to keep it fair, we're not going to be using a top-of-the-line crazy 1DX $4,000 camera. That would just be unfair. We're actually going to be using the Canon 70D, which is a few years old now, but it's still pretty good for the money. You can get it used for like 400 bucks. I'm also going to be using the cheapest lens I own, which is the Canon 17-40L. That way we can keep it as close to that $700 price point as possible, especially if you buy all the camera gear used. The Nokia 9 will be shooting in Pro mode, and I'm going to grade them to look the same in Lightroom. How this is going to work is I'm going to put them side by side and, as I previously said, grade them the same in Lightroom. However, the last shot is going to be an ungraded JPEG, so we can see what the colors look like straight out the camera. That might end up giving it away, but again, maybe not. Each one's going to be labeled A and B, and there's a poll up there for which one you think is the Canon camera. So without further ado, let's get into it. Look at this mason jar. I originally bought it for iced coffee and pressed juices and other dumbass hipster things, but now I'm using it as my water cup. It's good. Okay, so if you got it, feel free to cast your vote now for which one you think the DSLR is. If you haven't quite got it yet, feel free to replay the tests, but I can confirm camera A was the DSLR. I do think the last shot with the JPEG kind of gave it away, but overall I am really impressed with the performance on the Nokia 9. As for whether I think they can replace DSLRs, hold on. Do I think the Nokia 9 could replace something like this? Well, not yet. Let me tell you why. I just need to put this back first. If we take a look at the shot of the Rockstar Cam, we can see that the image does actually look sharper on the Nokia 9. However, there is real background blur and compression on the Canon, and that is to be expected. This sensor is much larger. They can't fit sensors that size in phones. So even though it does shoot RAW, it still can't get the same background blur and compression, even compared to this fairly cheap f4 lens. What I found is the sharpness also looks a lot more natural on the Canon. On the Nokia, it kind of looks a little bit over sharpened, and I found this is common with smartphones. It's a general rule that DSLR sharpening will look more natural. Why this is important is because humans aren't perfect. For example, let's zoom into my face right now. Is this a good angle? No, it's not, because you can see all my imperfections, even in 1080p. So imagine what that's going to look like sharpened 100 times. Now, of course, this can be toned down in Lightroom, but I did just want to show you what it looks like out the camera, and for me, this is a little sharp for my tastes. Now, something that I really do like about Nokia is that they don't try to push a fake background blur. I mentioned this earlier when I was talking about background blur on DSLRs versus smartphones. Smartphones will push a fake background blur. Let me just show you exactly what fake background blur looks like. See how not professional this looks? I have to be so careful not to move. So yeah, the fact that the Nokia 9 doesn't do a fake background blur is a huge thumbs up from me. I also think that the Canon's colors out of the box are better than the Nokia's. I think the Nokia's are not very flattering on the skin tones. So if you do want to be getting nice pictures out this phone, I do recommend shooting in RAW. While not being a complete DSLR killer, the Nokia 9 still produces a really nice image. And as I said in my review, I do really like it. As I also said in my review, I think it's an excellent solution to travel photography, especially if you're going somewhere where you don't necessarily want to take your camera. Having a camera this good in your pocket, especially if you're shooting RAW, really is an amazing thing to have. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Remember to like the video. If you want to see more content like this, then smash the subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 10k by the 1st of April, so every single subscription is massively appreciated. I'm done, and I will see you guys next time.